everyone, it's Paul Bertorelli reporting for AVweb and Aviation Consumer. I'm 3,500 feet, well, make it 4,000 feet in the cool, clear air over Yakima, Washington. I'm in a new airplane from Cub Crafters called the XCub. I've got Randy Lurvoed in the back seat. Say hi, Randy.
Hi.
And Randy's going to give us a basic description of the airplane first, and we'll take a look at what's going on in the shop floor as far as producing it. And we'll come back in the cockpit and talk a little bit about performance and creature comforts in this airplane, which are just exceptional.
Our goals with the XCub were more useful load, more speed, a more sophisticated and refined product all the way around. We believe we've achieved that. You can check the specs. I think you'll find the numbers truly do exceed anything in its class. It's faster, it carries more, and it handles quite a bit better than anything else out there too. The XCubs start with a basic Cub platform. In fact, it really started with carbon Cub bones, but to carry the extra load of a 2,300 pound gross weight, we had to do some serious re-engineering. We also wanted it to be faster to expand our mission profile. To do that meant flying faster. What we found is that the old Cub wing, when you get it going that fast, the ailerons were simply too heavy. So we introduced our new G-series ailerons and flaps that really enabled the thing to perform at 130, 140, even 150 miles an hour with much better aileron response. We've eliminated the traditional Cub cables. We now have rod control on the ailerons. We think we've got the control harmony just perfect. Ailerons are lightest, followed by pitch, followed by yaw. It's extremely stable. We enhanced the tail, as you can see from the airplane, both to meet Part 23 flight tests, but also to make the thing genuinely ride smooth in rough air. Interior was designed to be, to take the Carbon Cub and upscale it several steps further. I think you'll find everything's better. Cockpit ergonomics, we paid a lot of attention to it. Stick and all flight control positions are just right. Panel ergonomics, storage, interior panels, I believe you'll find they're all just a step up from where we've been. Engine at the launch here is a Lycoming 0360 C1G. It's the same engine we've had in the Top Cub, but this time set up for a constant speed prop. Features a Hartzell Trailblazer constant speed prop. Really lets give you a much wider variety of power configurations you can fly with. Cowling design is also an outgrowth of the Carbon Cub, as you can see. Again, Part 23 standards are fairly rigorous with regard to cooling. So we spent a lot of time studying temperature flow and so on, and as you can see, there's more outlet area, roughly the same inlet area. We worked with Hartzell to develop the spinner on the prop, which integrates with the cowling design, really streamlines the airflow nicely over it. With regard to speed, we obviously had to reduce drag, so that starts from the spinner on back. The spinner integrates with the cowling nicely. We studied tough tests and video of the whole thing, so cowl drag is reduced. It turns out on a Cub, one of the biggest areas of drag is the intersections where the struts meet both the fuselage and the wing. You'll notice on this aircraft they're all faired in now. Landing gear is probably the biggest surprise. The traditional triangular Cub landing gear is now an option, but we've got a Grove one-piece aluminum spring gear on there now. We measured that. That was responsible for 10 to 12 miles an hour right there, and will let us build the aircraft in different configurations later on. Because the XCub was certified to 2,300 pounds, the structure was beefed up a bit, and because we wanted a certain level of performance and sophistication, it necessarily required a parts count increase. In fact, it's got nearly 50% more parts in it. A Carbon Cub, for example, has 43 composite parts. An XCub has 104 individual composite parts. In launching the plane, we've elected to do a launch edition. The first 20 aircraft will be essentially identical launch editions. There'll be an extra value option. Introductory price will be $297,500, including what will later be roughly a $10,000 deluxe interior package. It'll have ADS-B compliance option on it, and shortly after certification should have a Whip Air amphibious float option on it as well.
Now that you've seen some of the details about the XCub and some of the production efficiency, Randy, let's talk a little bit about performance. We've been to altitude in this thing. We've got the larger tires on this, so I didn't reduce the true airspeed, but with the small tires, what, 5,000 to 7,000 feet, you're going to see 145 miles an hour in this?
Well, certainly at a 24 squared power setting, you can get an honest 140 mile an hour cruise with reasonable fuel flow. So we're pretty happy with the speed, which was one of our goals in the whole thing. Goals for the airplane, really, we wanted more useful load, greater speed, just the ability to expand the mission profile. We feel pretty good that we've achieved all those goals there, and the airplane just has just a joy to fly. Some of the subjective characteristics we're quite happy with too. We spent a lot of time on flight controls, and I think you'll find that the ailerons are a real treat. We've got control harmony dialed with the relative stick forces for pitch and yaw, and we're really thrilled to be introducing it. Very pleased with what we've achieved here.
Now this airplane, unlike most Cubs, although Carbon Cub certainly qualifies, it has enough fuel and enough speed to be a go places airplane. How much fuel is aboard?
49 gallons, 46 are usable fuel. And depending on your power setting, how you choose to operate, you can get a range of anywhere from 700 to nearly 1,000 miles. You throttle back to a power setting of say 21 squared and lean it out at mid altitudes, you can stay up for nearly 9 hours on the whole thing and cover nearly 1,000 miles.
And at this power setting, even the higher power settings, much quieter, and that's by dint of what, all the carbon fiber that's used and all the titanium that's used?
Well, the interior appointments are a lot more upscale. The firewall is fully insulated, titanium firewall insulation, then a second layer of titanium. And just the thicker, nicer interior panels all the way around has led to quite a reduction in interior noise, unplanned frankly.
Something that I really like is that you've put a lot of storage compartments in this. So I'm in here trying to do video, I've got mic adapters, I've got spare batteries, I've got all kinds of stuff. Well, I got a place for them, and I think you said there are 10 storage pockets in here?
There's actually, yes, correct, 10 little storage places around the cockpit. We've got powered USB adapters.
We are 4 miles to the east.
Powered USB adapters front and rear, and with the deluxe interior here in the rear seat, I've got a panel in front of me on the back of your seat. I can put my iPad or my iPhone in and help you navigate.
We went to a nice little grass strip east of Yakima to do some landings, and I found that it's pretty quick to adapt to this airplane. Got not spring steel gear, but spring aluminum, or just aluminum. And that is really pretty good at absorbing landing energy. And I got a few small bounces, but they weren't really very big bounces, and I was able to adapt in 3 or 4 landings. Very trim stable, I noticed, whether there are 2 of us aboard or solo. It's very easy to trim. Approach is slow, 50 to 55, very comfortable. You can crank it down to 40 if you want, and it feels pretty good there too. You can find a full report on the XCub in the August issue of Aviation Consumer Magazine, or go on the website for more information. xcub.com, it has its own website, or cubcrafters.com. For AVweb and Aviation Consumer, I'm Paul Bertorelli reporting. Thanks for watching.